What's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me? I'm going to test out this mic again, but we're going to go through 4 settings to see which one sounds the best, and then we'll get started tonight. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Shadrach. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I'm going to test this out. Even if you can, even if you're the only one on here that responds, is fine. Okay, so this is setting 1. So tell me if setting 1 is the best. All right, this is setting 2. Is that better? This is setting 3. Is that better? This is setting 4. Is that better? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one sounds the best? Is louder better? Or is that too loud? 3 or 1. Okay. All right, so let's test this. Does this one sound good? This is number 3. All right, I'm going to go with 3 unless you guys tell me this is not good. Do 1? All right, we'll go back to 1. Okay, this is setting 1. We're on 1 now. All right, we're going to get started. So first off, everyone, thank you for jumping on. Jeff, welcome. Shadrach, welcome. Jim, Doc, I've got your packages going out today. So that is ready to go. And I just got to put the label on, and it's heading to the post office as soon as this live stream's done. Pete, welcome. Thank you. All right, guys, so if this sounds good, we're going to go ahead and go with number 1 here. Okay, so I've got a bunch of news stuff I wanted to bring up today, and then also just have a kind of a brief chat. We're going to keep it to 30 minutes. So we'll go actually 31 minutes from now. And just have a nice, fun little conversation with you guys as we get started here. Ooh. I don't know about you, but it's 88 where I'm at, and for me that is really hot. We're normally only in the 70s here in San Clemente. So I am pouring a drink out here on my patio. But what I wanted to show with you guys real quick here is this is the giveaway that I'm giving away a week from today. A week from tomorrow. It'll be on the 6th of September. I'll be giving that signed coin away. There's only 14 of them as far as I know worldwide out of the 3,000 that have been made. So if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe, but I think everybody that's on here has. And then do come to that live stream. It's going to be hopefully the 1,000 sub party. Right now I've already hit past 100,000 subs. So it's definitely at least going to be the 100,000 sub party. But if it ends up being the 1,000 sub party, we are going to do some gold giveaways on that day as well. So hopefully it'll make it to that. Right now, I think I'm sitting at 958 subscribers. So if there's anything you guys can do to share this with your friends or family, let's get it up to 1,000. And we'll do quite a bit of gold giveaways on that day too. It'll be fun. But today I want to get into some of the news stuff. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to switch this around a little bit so you guys can see me in my backyard. It's hot. It's really hot in my house too, so I thought I'd just come out here today and we'll have a little bit of fun with this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dive into some news articles, and we're going to have some fun here today. So let me just get this to work right. All right. So this will be fun. You guys will enjoy this. I'll make this work here. All right. So first off, we're going to go over to... Oh, before I get to news, I wanted to show you guys a quick clip. So let's make sure this is showing up all right. Okay. So hopefully the sound will come through okay on this. But this is a clip from a video I just shot over the weekend with Metal Scholar. And so that's his channel right here. If you guys haven't been to his channel, go check it out. But he was nice enough to come down and film some stuff. We did have a little bit of some camera issues, so you'll kind of see some smudging in here. I don't know if we're going to be able to edit it all the way out, but we'll probably still put the video out anyway. But I wanted to share with you this quick clip because I thought it was pretty fun. We're going to do some fun stuff with it. How you guys doing? Can I ask you a quick question for a YouTube channel?
Sure.
All right. All right. We're going to set up right here. This will be good.
Sure.
Okay. So we're here on Huntington Beach asking people questions about what's more valuable, an ounce of silver, one of these right here, or a Hershey's bar.
Hershey's bar.
Or Hershey's bar?
Yeah.
All right. You get a free Hershey's bar out of that. What about you? What do you think's more valuable, an ounce of silver or a Hershey's bar?
I'll take the Hershey's bar. We need some calories right now.
You need some calories right now.
We're Pokemoning.
Oh, you guys are Pokemoning.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're going to be walking all day, so we need some calories.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the Hershey's bar's for right now.
Okay, so I got another question for you guys real quick, too.
Sure.
How much do you think an ounce of silver is worth?
Oof. Nothing. It's down.
Down?
Lower than it should be. How about that?
Okay, so how much is a Hershey bar worth, do you think?
$2?
Okay, so do you think a ounce of silver is worth more or less than the Hershey bar?
Less.
Less.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Hershey bar right now. It's a lot right now because I'm going to eat it. But probably about, $125 maybe?
Okay, what do you think an ounce of silver is worth?
I'd say $10.
$10. Okay, you're a little bit closer. So an ounce of silver, this right here, is worth $24.
Oh, right on.
And change. So it's actually gone up quite a bit from where it was. It has been higher in the past. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. So kind of a fun video, and there's a bunch more. We filmed quite a bit down there. Hopefully we'll be able to get the video quality a little bit better and have something come out maybe this weekend. What I thought was funny there is the guy thinks silver's worth $10, and he was still willing to take the chocolate bar because he's starving. So, you can't eat silver, you cannot eat gold, and when it comes down to it, guys, people would rather have food than silver. However, neither of these guys really had any idea of what the real value of silver was, which is kind of funny. I thought I was shocking myself, too. So, that's kind of crazy, all right? So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The next one I wanted to just kind of hit on some news here today is, you guys, a real hurricane's coming, not this pretend California hurricane that we had to deal with here. But this one is coming, so if you guys are in Florida, get prepared for that. It looks like it's also going to be hitting Georgia and South Carolina pretty good, too. So get ready for that storm. That's coming. A couple other news things to point out. Looks like our aquifers are shrinking, and we're running out of water, so that's not great. But I saw that in the news, so that was something to be kind of aware of, guys. Maybe time to go make a well in your backyard. Today silver's at $24.85, so that's good. I'm glad that that's going up. Hey Mark, how's it going? Welcome today. T-Nath as well, welcome. Good to have you guys here. You're in South Carolina, John. Okay, well, get ready for that, man. That looks like it could be a pretty good storm coming. So right now it's a Category 2, but the water's warm. It could pick up a little bit of steam. By the time it gets to South Carolina, though, I don't know if it'll still be a hurricane. But watch out for that. Groundwater, not good. Looking good, guys. Be careful of McDonald's. Another article that came up was a 16-year-old girl stabbed to death over McDonald's sauce. That is completely ridiculous. And I don't want to harp on negative stuff here, but it looks like they were fighting over who gets the sauce. And it looks like it was two high school kids that got in the fight, and one of them stabbed the other one over it. That's completely dumb. Go get another sauce, guys. Don't stab people. Is your zip code the hottest list on the list here? So why am I bringing some of these articles up? Because they were kind of what's in the news, and I'm going to have a point for that. But here specifically real estate, it looks like we've got some pretty hot places here in Ohio, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Michigan, Connecticut, New York, and Missouri. So if you live in any of those areas, it looks like your real estate's doing pretty well. And if you don't love where you live, this may be a good time to sell and get yourself out of debt as well as maybe even downsize a little bit. I'm hearing two camps on real estate. I'm hearing that we may see a big, huge drop in real estate prices due to a really weakened economy and maybe a stock market crash. Maybe the dollar weakens, and we see a big correction. Now, in my opinion, to see a correction, it would have to be something very severe, because right now most people have their homes paid off or have an interest rate below 3%. So there's not really a reason for people to foreclose or do short sales on their house at the time right now. But it is possible for them to lose jobs if we have a really bad market, and if you can't pay your mortgage, even if it's at 3%, then you could lose your house. So what are you guys thinking there? You guys have any thoughts around the market? Hey, Craig, welcome. We need the rate to drop to 7.8 plus. Well, the Fed is raising rates, and they're going to continue to raise rates. I anticipate the Fed funds rate getting somewhere between 6 and 7% myself. That's just my prediction. Right now we're at 5.5%. I think you could see Jerome Powell raise it another 0.5% here soon and get it up to 6. And I think he's going to go close to 7. That's just my gut. So, not financial advice, but I do think it's going to keep going up for a while. And if that keeps happening, it's gonna continue to hurt the market. 2.75% Shadrach. Yeah, that is a great rate, man. It's especially a great rate if we ever hit into hyperinflation. If your wages can keep up with hyperinflation, which is a whole different story. But if that can happen, you'd be able to pay your house off probably pretty quickly if things keep going up. However, if your wages don't keep up with it, then it really doesn't help you a whole lot. You just have to deal with it. 8.75 is pretty high. That's definitely not where we want to be at. Okay, so that's housing. Another thing I wanted to point out here is sometimes you do get fake news on Yahoo News. It is claiming that La Carpinteria, I don't even know where that is, in Southern California, is the best Southern California town, and they are wrong because it is San Clemente. So there is false news here. Just had to point that out. And when I looked up gold news today, the first thing that comes up is the iPhone 15 Pro could kill the iconic gold color. I don't know. Do any of you guys have a gold iPhone? I doubt it, but maybe some of you do. But I thought that was funny. Why is that coming up for gold? I don't know. These search engines are kind of lame, I guess. But I thought that was interesting. Hey, John, welcome. Yeah, guys, it is time to go out and go surfing. I'll tell you that. May have to do a little bit of that later. All right. Powell's speech fallout. Tech stocks to face resistance. Gold, silver to rally. Have you guys been seeing the rally the last couple days? Put a 1 in if you're seeing the prices of gold and silver go up. So I've been seeing a rally, which is nice. And we'll dive into that a little bit more. Check that out. I mean, how many of you guys have a safe deposit box like this somewhere where it's just packed full with cash and gold bars? Wouldn't that be nice if we could all get that? So for those of you that aren't aware, Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, was just at Jackson Hole and has been speaking. And as he speaks, everybody listens and things start to change. So he has a quote in here: "Our objective remains focused on achieving and maintaining the 2% inflation rate." I honestly think this is going to be what kills any chance Jerome Powell has of being known as a good Federal Reserve chairman. I think this is crazy. I think he needs to decide we're going to have 3 to 4% inflation and keep the economy going versus trying to kill the whole thing over the bat. You guys all have a 1 down there. So, I just think he's got to deal with that. Now, on the flip side, a lot of what I'm seeing him doing, I think, is a positive for gold in the long run. It may not be a positive for our real estate values, may not be a positive for our stock portfolios. But as far as overall what's going to happen with gold, the more he raises rates, the more gold, I think, has a potential to see an increase. Same with silver. So stocks did climb as well, which is kind of interesting. And a lot of that has to do with another news article. I couldn't find it directly on here today, but some people are believing that he's going to hold rates flat and not raise them. Well, I hate to tell you guys, inflation has not gone down yet. The Fed has not raised the Fed funds rate high enough to quash inflation, and they haven't gotten anywhere close to that. The best I could tell last year, we were looking at somewhere in the 15 to 20% for real inflation. This year, it looks like we're somewhere in the 10 to 10 plus range. And unless we get interest rates up into the 10 or 15% with the Fed funds rate, there's no way you're going to stop the inflation. It's just going to continue to be around here with us. So one thing to be kind of just aware of is I think there's a high probability we're going to see interest rates continue to climb for the next several months and quarters. When will he U-turn? I think he's going to U-turn when he realizes that this 2% inflation rate is never going to be reached again, and he starts to see regional banks failing. That's my opinion as someone that has been involved in the banking industry. I really do think he's going to wait until you start to see a handful of regional banks fail. I don't think the government's going to be that concerned about it. They're just going to let them get absorbed by the bigger banks. And then I think you're going to get to a point where you start to see the big banks have problems. And I think that's where he's probably going to pivot. So that's just my thought there. Let me see if we had any other quotes in here. Says Chinese economy nearing a collapse. That could be really bad for us too, overall. All right. Then I just wanted to point this out to you guys. I don't know much about gold IRAs. I do not have one. But if any of you are looking to go find them out, there's a lot of places you can just search on the web and find a handful of them that you can go and look at. So, here's just one article from USA Today that you can go find out how to do that. The one reason I don't really like these very much is because you're not holding the physical metal, and it is in a couple different facilities that are out there. If there ever is a gold confiscation, this will be the first place that they're going to go to. And I know a lot of you think there's not going to be a gold confiscation, but are you 100% sure that there's not going to be? Oh, come on, logo. We're going to see if we can get my logo over there. Okay. All right, so I wanted to point that out. All right, let me look at the comments here and see what you guys are kind of saying too. Safety deposit box. I don't need the IRS conducting an audit on my bank account. Well, you can get safe deposit boxes that are not at your bank. I actually have one at a super secret vaulting facility. And they are not it's not at a bank, it's a private place, and it's completely secured and locked down. You'd empty the box pretty fast. I like that, guys. Oh, goodness. Let's see what else we got here. Deflation is what we need to watch for because rates rising cannot help that. You are right. We do need to watch out for deflation. And a deflationary period could be even worse than the inflationary period for us as well. So that's something to be aware of, guys. Gold, okay, so Pete says there's a Gold Star Trust and Texas Precious Metals Depository. So that's another place you could store metals at. Thoughts on stacking platinum at its current state in the market? Let's look at platinum real quick. I've got a couple things up here first. Look at the price, just a second. Oh, okay, real quick. This is a bunch of places. You guys can find sites like this. It'll tell you all about the depositories. All right, let's find it real quick. Where did my Kito news go? It's right here. All right, let's look at it real quick. We want to look at platinum. All right. I don't usually do this on the internet, so I usually do it on my app. All metal quotes. Okay, let's go in here. Now let's look at platinum right now. Okay, so platinum right now is sitting at under $1,000. If you like platinum as a metal, it's one I definitely think it is at a good price right now. It has trended to be a lot higher in the past. Let's just look at the charts, and let's see if we can change the time frame on this chart. We have an error. Oh. All right, let's look at platinum real quick. it's only going to give me that. Wow, I don't like this. Really, it's going to make us go way back like this. Let's see what it's going to do. I don't know if it's going to do it as individual charts. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's going by month, guys. This is going to take forever. I'll have to look that up on the charts, but I believe that platinum is down quite a bit from where it has been historically. And for that reason, I think it's one that's definitely undervalued right now. That's what I've heard in the past. I personally don't own any platinum right now. It's not a metal that I see for bartering or for retaining wealth. I would very much look at platinum as more of a speculative play. So for me, that's something I wouldn't put much more than, like, say, 2% of your your allocation towards precious metals into platinum, because I think it is something that could stay down for a long time, but it does have some upside. So that would be my answer for that. All right, let me see what else you guys have question-wise here. I've got another computer over here. That's why I'm looking over to the side. So we got a couple of great comments from you guys, too, about different depositories that are out there. You know, there's a place for depositories, and that really comes down to how secure your house is. If you're renting, or if you're in an apartment or multifamily housing, I probably wouldn't keep very much at my house. I'd get a good, decent safe I could kind of, you know, weight down and hide it. But if you've got any kind of substantial precious metals, I would definitely put those into a private vaulting facility, and those can be traditional vaults. They could be safe deposit box vaults, but I'd make sure that that's really secure and has really good reviews. So we've got a couple of them that people are recommending here. MKP Stacking's glad that he's almost out of debt. You guys, I would reiterate that. Right now is the time to completely get out of debt if you can. I know there's a lot of people that say, hey, I've got really low interest rates. I don't want to pay them off. I just want to go stack all the metals in the world. Well, you're still beholden to a creditor. Creditors can change the rules. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can go on. You can change from one creditor to the next. And at the end of the day, you're still on the hook for that loan. So I definitely recommend getting out of debt if you can. And if you find yourself starting to get into more debt, I definitely would start to do, you know, there's a concept from Dave Ramsey. A lot of the stuff that Dave Ramsey says is really good for someone that's just a middle-class person that is trying to get a hold of their finances, but not necessarily trying to make wealth. And one thing that he does say, though, that is good is he has the idea of a debt snowball, where you take your smallest payment and you pay that off, and then you keep going until you get down to just a couple payments, and then you pay those off instead of focusing on interest rates. And I do think there's some psychology behind that. But getting out of debt, I think, is very good. More banks will fail, guys. I can tell you that with a certainty. We're definitely going to have some more issues with that coming up here. They're all just kind of teetering on it right now. So let's see. We've got a couple different good comments here on platinum and price. Let's see. Does anybody have the historical high for platinum handy? I also would not buy rhodium or palladium. I mean, that's maybe just kind of fun to have in your stack. But you're going to have a hard time selling that stuff. To be frank with you, if you're planning on selling any of these metals while you're still alive versus just passing them, your best bet is to not get stuff like the Drew coin back here, right? It's best to not get stuff like that, or not have a lot of it in your stack. It's going to be best to get, you know, your metals that are pretty inexpensive per ounce if you're planning on selling them. And I can tell you that because I've had to sell some of my metals from time to time because I am trying to be my own bank. And when it comes down to it, when I'm having to sell, I'm looking at two things. I'm either looking at some collectible semi-numismatic coins that have gone up in value, and I'm selling those, or I'm looking for my kilos or my 10 ounces or my 5-ounce bars that are just that I purchased really inexpensively, and I might be able to sell them for close to what I bought them for. Sometimes I take a little loss, sometimes I make money on them. And on some of my collectibles, I've actually had, up to like 70% gains on them, which has been kind of fun. All right, what else we got in here, guys? Lots of fun comments going through. I paid off $113,000 with Dave Ramsey Snowball. That's pretty cool, Shadrach. So, you'll see a lot of people poo-pooing Dave Ramsey because he doesn't like gold. Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Gold is not something that you should be putting all your money in and expecting that it's going to help take care of you in retirement. It is wealth insurance, guys. If you're wanting to build for retirement and not have to sell your assets, at some point you're going to have to convert them into something that produces yield. Gold does not produce yield. But I do have something that I'll be making a video on in the next week that does allow you to produce yield on your gold. So it's kind of a cool, unique vaulting facility that I'll share with you guys. But for the most part, gold's not going to produce a yield. So it's really good for wealth insurance. I think it's really good for emergency SHTF type of a situation. Same with silver. But more importantly, I don't think you should be 100% into those metals for a very long period of time. Now, maybe right now you're heavier in them. I am, because I see that there's going to be some issues with real estate coming up in the stock market. So I'm not real excited about putting my money there right now. And I'd rather have it in more precious metals. But there'll become a time where I'm going to be selling a good chunk of that and buying real estate. Or if I'm able to leverage without having to do that, then I'll hold on to my metals. Hey, Financial Success Coach, how are you doing? Good to have you here. All right. So you guys, if you haven't seen any of the videos from Financial Success Coach, you should definitely check them out. They are producing a ton of videos. I can't even keep up with how many videos and shorts they're coming out with. But there's some really great little snippets there that they have that I think are really good for helping you get out of debt, as well as learning how to invest. So I would definitely go check out their channel. You guys have got some great stuff there, and I've made a lot of comments on their videos too. SoCal Stacking, is he in here? Where's that guy? Yeah, he's in here. What's up, dude? So he's one of my local buddies. And if any of you ever want to know how to find Privy Mark maple leafs at good prices, you're going to have to become friends with him. He is the master of it. I don't know how he does it. He's like pulling out and finding these coins that are worth like $100, $120, $80 for like $40, $50. So I need him to get me some maples here pretty soon. And those are all graded. The Don's in the house. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're seeing Platinum 2013 around $1,500 plus. So there's some upside there, guys, if you want to play around with it. But I definitely would not go into Platinum until you've got enough silver and gold that you're comfortable with. I would definitely stick around that. So, okay, let's move on to the next thing. I wanted to pull up a couple more articles here for you guys to show you real quick. Gold hits 3-week high, peak after weaker U.S. jobs data. So one thing I want to let you guys know is I think the next 12 months and leading up to the election is going to be crazy nuts. And what do I mean by that? I think we're going to see a former president. They're going to do everything they can to put him in jail and to keep him there and create dates that are going to make it very hard for him to run for president. He still can run for president from there, and I guess he could still win the office. I don't know what happens after that. So I assume he pardons himself. And then you've got a president right now that you have that the other political party is looking to impeach him. So we've got the two main running mates for this election coming up that are basically people are going after him from the other parties. And then we've got a whole slew of other people that are trying to run. So I think we're going to have a very interesting year there. We've got the Fed saying that they're going to keep raising rates. We've got a very, very tight banking industry that is just having a lot of issues. For those of you that aren't aware, banks have fractional reserve lending, so every dollar they take in, they can lend out about 90 cents. Sometimes it's higher than that. And whatever they had left over, a lot of times they're putting it into bonds, and as the interest rates go up, the value in those bonds dips. And so they get into liquidity crunches. They can't sell the bonds. If they sell the bonds, they take a massive, massive haircut. And so right now, a lot of regional banks are sitting in a very bad situation, especially with how much they're invested in commercial equities. Sorry, commercial-backed equity. Am I saying that right? Commercial-backed equities of commercial real estate. So there's a lot of buildings, office space that's just not getting utilized right now, and we're going to have some issues there. So if you have a lot of cash, hey, Middle Scholar, welcome. If you've got a lot of cash sitting around in a bank, I would definitely spread it out to multiple banks, and I would also have some of it close by in case there's a bank holiday for several days to weeks, and we have some kind of SHTF situation or a black swan that happens. But what I do want to point out is gold looks like it's going up right now. But if the market does unhinge and have major issues, you could see gold and silver take a haircut too. So that's why I think it's important to have cash on the side. If you put yourself in a position where you don't have to sell your gold and silver for about 5 years plus, you're going to be in the best position. And if you continue to have a little bit of extra cash come in every month, keep dollar cost averaging. For me, I'm kind of at my limit. My income has been fixed this year by the company I work for, and so I am not having any investment dollars right now. If anything, I'm trying to not sell things just to live. So what I'm doing is I'm selling more expensive silver per ounce that I paid for, and when I can, I'm buying less expensive silver. So I'm actually dollar cost selling and dollar cost averaging sell and dollar cost averaging buy right now. Okay, a couple things I want to just point out real fast here. Gold price forecast surges on weak U.S. jobs data, warranting less aggressive Fed. So that's why the market's up too, guys, and gold's kind of going up, is people are thinking the rates are going to U-turn and the Fed's going to do that. I just don't think they're going to do it. If they do it, get ready for more inflation because they have not fixed the problem yet. All right, we can't do that because they don't like us here. Gold strengthens on, okay, we already talked about that. Okay, so real quick deals here because I want to keep this a pretty short live stream. We'll come back to your comments here in just a minute too. But money metals, I went into specials. And their specials are a little different. I usually don't look at specials on their site very often, but I thought I'd pull them up. Looks like they've got some specials on some Morgans and some rare stuff, but probably nothing you should really be stacking. These Marlin coins are kind of cool. 20% over melt, though. That's a little pricey. All right, I don't see any special deals there. Move along. Okay, Jam Bullion. What do we got here? That is not very good. I don't like that. I just picked up... let's see if I can get my camera to... Okay, my camera's shifting here a little bit. I'm going to shrink down my screen for a second, guys. Just bear with me. Okay. So I just picked up a bunch of silver from my LCS. And there you guys can see the silver I just picked up. And so I actually traded in a bar of silver that I had purchased a week ago from GuidoStacking, and I sold it for the same price I bought it at, which is a really good testament to how good the prices are at GuidoStacking. So if you guys haven't visited him on his auctions on Monday, you should definitely do that. But all this silver that you're seeing right here is for giveaways for my channel. So you guys will have a chance to win some of this stuff. Oh, I moved my camera there. Hopefully you can see that okay. I was able to pick it up at let's say $19 per face value for my local coin store, so my LCS. So I'm seeing junk silver or constitutional silver way better priced locally than I am online. $27.73 for a Walking Liberty mark. To me that's still a little bit high, but I guess that's okay. And for me, I have a really hard time paying for gold, 1 ounce gold over $2,000. Now, I get it, the price has gone up a little bit. So I probably wouldn't be in the market for that. Now, what I do look at that's a little bit more interesting is on SD Bullion, you've got this 1 ounce gold buffalo. And, you know, at about a 5% premium is like where I like to be. I like try to be below the 5% premium when I can be. And again, I think YouTube auctions at GuidoStacking just on Monday was selling American Gold Eagles at about $2,000. So still way better price than what you're going to find here. Let's see if there's any other killer deals here. This is still higher than what I'm able to get to. You're at about $20.68 per dollar face. So yeah, prices are starting to move back up a little bit, guys. But look at these deals. Look at the deals around on the online bullion stores, because that's where you're gonna be able to find your best price. So for example, here you've got this 1 ounce Bullion Max round versus a British Britannia. At $28, I would go for the British Britannia over a round personally. It's not all that different. You're basically talking $1.50. I'd rather get a sovereign round over a sovereign coin over a round. All right, what else we got? AppMex. You're really not going to see a lot of deals on AppMex, but that's probably really good for an Engelhard bar. $26.79. That's probably the best price I've seen around. So that might be your deal there if you're looking for a deal today. Rounds at $27.29. I'd still go back over here to Bullion Max and go get these Britannias. All right, and then Silver Gold Bull. What do we got here? It's not bad. That's the best price so far on the Indians, the Gold Indians. I do like these Pegasus rounds. If you guys don't have any of those are pretty cool. I definitely would take a look at those. And those are kind of getting pricey now. So that's probably the only real good deals that I see out there today, besides looking at the eBay stuff. So that's what I wanted to kind of point out and show you guys today. And well, there you go. There's some of my silver. So you guys will have a chance to win some of that. So here's the deal. What I'm going to try to get in, it's been a little hard with the schedule lately, but I'm going to try to get in a kind of a quick news thing like this for 30 minutes, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We may end up, if I can get some more coin rolls by Friday, we may dig into that. So I do have some silver here that we'll be giving away on Wednesday nights. And then when we do coin roll hunting, whatever silver I can find in the rolls, we'll definitely be giving that away. But we won't, and if I can't find anything, I'll give some of my silver away on that night. But whatever silver we find in the coin roll, we're going to give away that night. Wednesday nights, I'm going to try to do an auction as well as a bite now, so that'll be tomorrow night. That'll start at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And I've got some cool stuff. And my hope is that we can continue to get closer to the 1,000 subs, so that next Wednesday we have a killer sub party for 1,000 subs. If not, we'll still have a killer 100,000 view party. And I will be giving away the Drew Brophy signed coin. And we will have a bunch of other really cool giveaways too. Last thing I'll throw out, there'll be some new videos coming out, a few more on gold backs. I just think they're pretty cool, and I think it's something that you should at least consider as a collectible. And if you're in a market where they work, I think it's something to definitely give a try. Kind of fun. And for those of you that have not seen any of them yet, I will be giving some of those away on the 6th as well. So it'll be fun, give you guys an opportunity to win those. But hit the like button if you guys haven't done so far. And if you've got any other ideas and things you'd like to see, let me know. And until next time, peace out.